Welcome to another episode of Live and Loud, our season finale. And with me is somebody from the community who's really a community angel. Now, I always bang on about active citizenry and what we can do in our communities. So, Shanaaz Parker is one such person who is in retirement but is in service to her community. So, whether it's senior citizens that she does wellness classes with, in the forms of gyms. My 78-year-old mom attends one of these classes, and all she talks about each day and every day is Shanaaz Parker. But Shanaaz also raises funds for cancer patients, and also for the Red Cross Children's Hospitals, and for massages and charities and orphanages, and you name it. Shanaaz, what keeps you going? I mean, where do you find the energy to do all of these things?
Well, like you say, I'm now a retired mom, grandmother, and it's just always been my thing to just do and give back to the community. I am a revert to Islam, and I was a ballet dancer, and I stopped at the age of 16.
Oh, wow.
And then I always felt that I love to move. So get the elderly to interact and move with the move. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So, I mean, you say that you have kids and grandchildren.
Yes.
Do you sometimes feel that you need to make the sacrifice, and your lived example, they will follow in your footsteps?
Yeah, inshallah. I actually get my children involved when it's the charity drive. Then even my grandchildren, I get them even it's a simple thing as making the opening dua in the hall when we have a fundraiser. And every year I treat the senior citizens from all over Athlone area, and we get everybody involved to donate, even if it's a little cupcake or whatever, and even a goodie bag. So we look for the elderly in the homes and we bring them out and we sort of entertain them. That is once a year.
Yeah. So where can people who want to support your activities in the community, where can they get hold of you? And what is it that you need from people who are like-minded, people who want to be active and want to support those who are vulnerable in our communities?
I've actually found over the years that especially the senior ladies, the women that is just sitting at home, once they got involved with the exercises and they heard about the charity work, they're on the wagon. You know what I'm saying?
Board, yeah.
So they're always ready to donate whatever. Like we had this sponsor from Giant, and she heard about it and she
They're
says,
an amazing family.
Yes.
Yeah, the wholesalers.
Yeah,
out
so
in Epping.
that's correct.
Yeah.
So the one of the ladies, I think it's the wife of Giant, she's in the class and she said, "I'll donate the water," or "I'll donate this," and So there's not much expense from us because it's all donations that we get.
Yeah. And if you look at our communities, right, we had elections the other day. And we become almost reliant on these politicians to set the tone for us. But the real leaders are people like yourself who are out there, encouraging others to do good. So what advice have you got for people who want to make a difference but don't know the vehicle and don't know how to get out there?
The park, we're not in the hall at the moment because of COVID.
Yes.
So I took the ladies out to the park. And
this is the one here outside.
Lawson Road.
Lawson Road
Lawson
Park.
Road Park. Lawson Road, that's correct, yeah. And we found that the women, there's a lot of people walking while we're exercising. And then we'd find that they actually come over to us and ask us what we're doing. And you find these people joining us because when they hear of the charity drive and not just the exercise. And the charity drive only came after a few years ago. I don't know if you heard of the group called the March Ladies, Muslim Association Red. Now I'm one of them too.
Of Red Cross
Yes,
Hospital,
that's correct. So I don't know if you know Titi Patel from Maitland. She was the main, she was like my role model. So I learned from Titi Patel the charity work, and then I started doing things on my own.
Yeah.
So that is where I introduced the charity drive to my club. And my club's name is the NHLW, which is the Natural Health Ladies Workshop. Then I've got a little clause there, fitness with a cause. I'm sure you know about that one, yeah.
So where can people find you, Shanaaz? Are you on Facebook, or is there an email address or a phone number?
No,
we can leave those details at the bottom here somewhere on the screen. But can people reach out to you with donations or with
Yes. People is welcome to give me a call and I can chat to them about what we do in the community. But charity is my drive.
So we know that people in their 60s and 70s often suffer from hypertension, from heart disease, diabetes. So how do you approach that in terms of the exercises? Do you have somebody on hand?
When they join me, I always ask what any illness they have, etc., etc. And my classes, you've heard of a word called Zumba.
Yes.
Zumba, you get high impact, and then I do the low impact because of these women. And then I introduce Tai Chi, which is a Chinese exercise, and the Tai Bo, and there's something called the Neurointegrative Action. So I introduce all those things and I put it together and I call it creative movement. So there is a little bit of everything for everyone. And like I always tell them when they start, go at a slow pace, go at your own pace.
And what is the response like from people? I mean, I know my mom comes
They're
back
awesome.
energized. My mom's got some muscle
I know,
issues.
I know.
When she comes back and if she's been going through the training
Yes.
and the exercises for a few weeks,
she's got so much
feels a lot
energy.
better.
Yes,
So
yes,
what's the
yes.
response like generally?
From everybody. They are awesome. And they tell me they have so much energy after the workout, which is true.
And on that note, for the show based on active citizenry, I want to thank Shanaaz Parker for her service to the community. We're going to go to the news now. We went to the polls on Monday to cast our ballots, or at least some of us did. The voter turnout for this local government elections was very poor. And I asked people on social media why they didn't come out to vote, and there were varied reasons. Some said they felt their vote didn't count, others didn't bother to register. But social media isn't really a true reflection. Very often it's an echo chamber, because we saw that already the early indication is that the DA is going to be returned to power here in Cape Town. For whatever reason, we're going to have to live with that for the next 5 years. But the cynical thing for me that barely 24 hours or not even 24 hours later, we had another round of load shedding when we were blackout free on Monday during voting day. Then doubling down on that, there were fuel increases. So we're looking at 20 Rand a litre almost for petrol. It's very difficult. I walked here. I walked to the studio. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, that's how bad it is at the moment. So we're also staring down a fourth wave. People are taking chances again. They're not practicing social distancing and the COVID-19 protocol. So we're going to be in trouble soon again. And the economy isn't looking great. So if you didn't vote, my appeal to you is you can still be an active citizen. This whole show, this whole episode is about active citizenry. It's not just about voting. What difference can you make? You've now made your bed and you have the councillor that has been voted in, but hold them accountable. I mean, politics isn't just the cult or a political leader. It's the field that you can't use where people are dumping. It's about services. It's about holding the municipality accountable for the streetlights. So practice active citizenry. The voting isn't the be-all and end-all of the democratic process. Yeah, we're in for a tough time, but together we have the power as the people. For Live and Loud News, I'm Shannaz Parker. So this is the part of the show that we usually reserve for the blind test, where we test products from entrepreneurs and we rate them. And I'm quite honest, it's the first time I test them and I don't hold back. If it's good, I say so, and then I offer a little bit of a critique as well. But I want to do something a bit different today. So these Moti brothers, the 4 brothers who were kidnapped in Polokwane a few weeks ago, are constantly on my mind. When I tuck my kids in to bed in the evenings, I can't help thinking about whether these boys are safe and the trauma that their parents are going through. So tonight, I want to invite everybody to a dhikr in District 6. It's from Maghrib to Isha. That's 7:20 p.m. to about 8:36 p.m. And we're going to have an outdoors dhikr in District 6 at Springfield Terraces. It's going to be led by Madrasa Islamia, and it's been arranged by Solly Philander. We all know him very well. He's a comedian, he's an actor, he's also an activist now, and he was also a broadcaster. So he's arranging this, and he's asked for donations. They already handing out a sadaqah in honor of these boys, sandwiches on the night for the needy. And I want you to think, if you can't make it during that time, maybe light a candle or have a bit of a meditation in your own faith. Say a prayer for these boys. The power is out of our hands, but collectively we can get together all over the country and pray for them, pray for their safety. And so I know that there's rain forecast, but we're made of sterner stuff. Let's go out there. It's going to be outdoors. We're going to be practicing social distancing, and all the COVID-19 protocols are going to be observed. So come through. It's tomorrow. It's tonight, actually. This is being broadcast tonight or today. So 7:20 p.m. Springfield Terraces, District 6. Come through. This is the last episode of this season of Live and Loud. We're going to be back in the summer. And until then, keep safe and practice social distancing, wash your hands, sanitize. We have to get out of this safely.